Man, I just sometimes this show gets really deep and intelligent and just layers and almost like college course level, when we talk about economics and history and statecraft and important things. This is not one of those segments. This you're going to feel dumber after listening to this segment, but I'm telling you, this is important. Don't just blow it off. Just stick with me here, okay? Because what we have is words that are just being invented by the day. New words are coming out every day. This was a video that was posted originally by some crazy person who thinks they're a Therian. A Therian? A Therian. That's what it's called. That's one of your new words. It's not going to stop there. Therian's your first one. I want you to meet Ossa. Ossa is her name. She is a bearded vulture Therian.
Ossa, I am a member of the DID system, and I'm also a bearded vulture Therian.
All right, that's the first sentence. Let's go through this again and see how much you understood.
Hi, my name is Ossa. I am a member of the DID system, and I'm also a bearded vulture Therian.
Okay, Ossa. First off, I bet you her Christian name's not Ossa. It's probably like Christy, or given her age, it's probably Ashley, but spelled all funky with like an EIGH, or there's a lot of Kaylee, Callie, Hallie, Haley's running around out there too. A DID system. Do you know what a DID system is? Do you know what a DID? You know what a DID is? Sean doesn't know. Dissociative identity disorder. Dissociative identity disorder. It means you have two or more separate identities. These personalities control your behavior at different times. Each identity has its own personal history, traits, likes, dislikes. DID can lead to gaps in memory and hallucinations, like believing something is real when it isn't. Don't we already have a name for that? Didn't we already call them schizos? Schizophrenic? You have more than one personality? But look, I'm not saying she should be ashamed of herself, but she almost seems proud of it. Like, hey, I got this horrible mental disorder. This is great. I'm a bearded vulture Therian. Wait. Oh, what's a Therian? Back it up, Parker. Well, Therian is short for therianthropy. Do you know what that is? No, you don't. That's okay. It refers to this used to be, or it still is. It's a term that used to be only be used in mythology. It's for these people who can shapeshift, a human that can change into animals. And the most obvious, widespread therianthropy that we all know of in pop culture is werewolves. They're human beings, but when the moon comes out, they turn into wolves, right? That's therianthropy. They call them just Therians for short instead of therianthropy. I guess two more syllables are being saved there. So these are people who think that they are shape-shifting into animals.
Hi, my name is Ossa. I am a member of the DID system, and I'm also a bearded vulture Therian. I have two questions. One is for other Therians, specifically bird Therians, and the other question is for other systems who have Therian system members. So first question for other bird Therians, what are some things you do that help you feel more connected to your Theriotype?
New word. Theriotype. It's exactly what you think it means. Theriotype. It's the common word for the species of animal to which the Therian identifies. So bearded vulture Therian. This is her Theriotype, and she wants to know how she can, for the other bird Therians. Got any advice on me how I can feel more like a bird?
Like, I know that for people whose stereotypes are four-legged, they can do quadrobics, and that helps them a lot.
Oh, God, there's another new word. What the hell is quadrobics? How many new words are going to be in 30 seconds? That's like 6, right? A DID system, a Therian, therianthropy, theriotypes. Now we're at quadrobics. You want to guess what quadrobics are? Quadrobics is the name that they have given to the people who want to walk or, trot, run, hop around on all fours like an animal. There's people who practice this. There's people who do this for a hobby. In fact, they have now competitions. It's sort of this weird mental illness sport that the Therians have. People that like puppy play, like that bald dude in the lipstick, Sam whatever, that was stealing luggage from people and wearing the clothes. I think he's one of these people. But quadrobics is dude, you want to see some goofy stuff? Go on YouTube and look up quadrobics. There's people who give tutorials on how to better run and jump and walk on all fours. And they kind of go through the motion. And it really is, it looks like how horses run or how dogs run. You kind of got to alternate the front and the back while you're running and not quite hit at the same time. But if you are going to jump, usually you have to have both legs on the ground at the same time. You put your little puppy paws up against your chest to get more air. Dude, it's a whole thing. I wish I hadn't watched it, but I did. I couldn't stop. I'm a sicko myself. But at least I don't think I'm shape-shifting into a bearded vulture. Go ahead, Asa.
But obviously that's not applicable to bird Therians. I also want to clarify for anyone who doesn't know, quadrobics does not automatically equal Therians. People can do quadrobics and not be a Therian.
Yeah, they're just weirdos, I guess.
So that's my first question, how to feel more connected to bird stereotypes.
Go eat some worms. How about that? Go lay an egg, Asa.
And second question is for systems with Therian altars. Do these altars appear human in our world, or do they appear as their stereotype in our world?
Some people need to go out there and get a job. You don't have any hobbies, do you? You don't have anything you're working on. You're not a classical pianist, or you're not. You don't go tinker with cars in the garage. Get a job. If you're a Therian, please call the show. Please call in. If you think you can shapeshift into an animal, I have got to talk to you on the. I am on until 5 o'clock. I will talk to you for the last hour and a half. Kathy in Comanche, what do you think?
Well, I think that when I was about 14 or 15, my parents said, if you want new shoes, you want to keep hanging out with your friends, you're going to need a job. And you need something to take up your time. And I think that with TikTok and all that stuff, I think that they have a platform and they like to play on it.
That explains some of this, but... And
by the way, DID used to be referred to as multiple personality disorder.
Right, and schizophrenia is the same thing, right?
They're a goat.
Aren't schizos like that, or they just have multiple human personalities?
No, schizophrenia hears voices. Multiple personality disorder, they actually think they're, at the time that they're experiencing it, they're a completely different person. Personality, different traits, different everything. So
in the small amount of research I did in preparation for this show, almost all people who are classified as DID
have a form of schizophrenia. Yes, sir, that would be correct.
No. I was going to say this is onset by some sort of traumatic experience. Some people are born like this, but just in the same way, some of these other like post-traumatic stress disorder is one side effect of something traumatic. Well, when kids have something very traumatic happen to them, a lot of times they'll do this as a coping mechanism. So yeah, maybe your uncle used to sneak into your room after you had a few too many, but that didn't happen to you. That happened to your other personality. This other personality that you have is okay and happy and likes playing piano and has all these.
I think it's a bird or a goat.
Well, it's a whole nother level. Are we doing these people a favor by going along with it? I mean, because I feel like a jerk if she was.
My point.
Go ahead.
That was going to be my point. I don't think we're doing mentally ill people a service by leaning into their delusions and making them think that for a moment they can be real.
Well, see, I have an impasse at this, and thank you for your call, Kathy, because if this was a friend of mine from high school, I would give him heck. I would make fun of him. I would ridicule the Therian out of him. But okay, what if it's your own kid? No, I still wouldn't be like, sometimes you're a goat. Sometimes my Barexy boy, he just feels like a goat, and he's a goat, and he likes to walk on all fours, and we feed him hay, and he just butts into stuff, and it's great. No, I still don't think I would do that either. Jay in Fort Worth, you're on the James Show. What do you think?
Hey, James, I appreciate you taking my call. This isn't the first video that this individual has put out. I've seen the video before, and I just wanted to comment and say that I sure am glad for her sake that she came to this world in human form, because her glasses are so thick she wouldn't survive as a bird.
You know, if she did a little to doll herself up, she would be a pretty girl. It's not like she's an outcast just by default. They are choosing to be outcasts. They just have we made being just a normal cisgendered heterosexual straight Christian person so evil and so hated that no one wants to be it, and so they're inventing, hey, I'm a bearded vulture now. You can't just be a regular vulture, you have to be a bearded vulture. Are you from like the German variety of bearded vulture? The specifics are so weird. This is just so weird, Jay.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. And if you say you're the way you're talking, you're on the verge of a hate crime.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm one of the worst people in society. Gary in Fort Worth, you're next up on the James Show. What do you think?
Yeah, James, I think, we shouldn't sit there and go into their deals and act like we believe them and all this. But if they want to sit there and she gets on the side of the road and eat the ass in out of an antelope, dead carcass on the side of the road, I might listen a little closer.
Yeah, you know what? I like that. Give her the Pepsi challenge. You're a vulture. Here's some roadkill. That's what I brought you for lunch. I'm having number 4 from Taco Bell. You can have, what did he call that? The business end of a antelope or whatever? I think he used an uglier word, but we'll forget about that, Gary. That's all right. I appreciate you calling because it was a funny joke. What do you think? 800-288-WBAP. This News Talk 820 and now on 93.3 WBAP FM.